Hey guys, it's Heather from Kell, and today we are talking about paper quality in our planner, because when I decided to make my own planner a couple years ago, there were certain things that I knew I wanted in my planner to make it stand out. And one of those was paper quality. I wanted really nice, thick paper, and that's what we have. We have 90-pound paper in our planner. It is thick. This is one piece that I'm rubbing right here. It is thick, thick paper. You can use almost any pen and highlighter and marker on it, and it's good to go. So I just filmed this little pen test for Instagram where I wrote with a bunch of different pens to see how it shadowed through or bled through. So I used several different pens. I used the Erin Condren dual tip, Zebra Sarasa, Papermate Flare dual tip, ballpoint pen, Zebra fine liner, the Sharpie S-Note highlighter, the Sharpie fine liner. This is like an actual Sharpie marker, a Tombow marker, a mild liner highlighter, a Pentel brush marker, and a regular Zebra ballpoint pen. So these are kind of the pens that I reach for the most. And so that's what I really wanted to test out. Another thing that I really wanted to test out was highlighters, because a lot of us have been starting to use highlighters more and more in our planner. And so I wanted to be sure that they stood the test. And I used a gray one because I wanted to test like a darker color. And then I wanted to go ahead and try a few other ones as well. So this one is a regular mild liner. This is a brush mild liner. I noticed that I'm going to flip it over in a minute to show you the shadows. But basically the two things that shadowed were the Papermate Flare dual tip brush marker part and then the Sharpie fine liner. But I wanted to try, because this brush bled through, I wanted to do really fast 2 of the highlighter brushes and see if they bleed through. And then I wanted to try this again to see, but with a different color, because we know that the blue one bleeds through, but this pen comes in several different colors. So I wanted to try another color just to see if they all bleed through. So let me see, here's a pink one. Okay, so I'm just going to take the brush marker side and I'm just going okay. So now that we've kind of tried those things, I am going to flip this around, and then the shadow test is where you kind of hold it underneath these bright lights and you see which pens can you see through the page, because that's what we want to know. We want to know, we don't want our pen bleeding through to the other side, because that's annoying. So again, I'm seeing the same issues. This right here is the Sharpie fine liner. So that's this pen. So I wouldn't suggest writing with a Sharpie in your planner. Most of the time, I don't think we're going to write with Sharpies, but that is the Sharpie marker. Now the Sharpie S-Note, the highlighter, it was fine. So it's right here. You can maybe see it a little bit because I didn't even notice it until I flipped it back over and I'm like specifically looking at that one spot. Let's see if all of the colors are like that. So here's a pink one. Let's see what other colors I have. And here's a turquoise one. All right. I mean, you can see them. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You can see all 3 of those colors, but I feel like I'm specifically looking for it. I don't know that I would notice it if it was just a regular day, because it's like barely. Those Sharpie highlighters are like barely coming through. And then the mild liners down here, where we did the mild liners, I can see the gray one, but I can't see the other 2 colors. And the gray one is like so slight that I literally was like moving my page trying to see if my eyes were playing tricks on me. So the highlighters you can see, but like I don't think that you would even notice it. on a normal day, because I feel like I'm like really having to study the page to even see them. But that Sharpie definitely comes through. And then these two, these are the Papermate Flare. I don't know if you could see it on the screen, but the Papermate Flare brush marker, you could see both the blue and the pink coming through. So for that one, I almost want to try one more color, like maybe a lighter color. Like here's a yellow, and see if it's just all of them. You can barely see the yellow. And again, I think it's because I'm specifically looking for it. I think if I just wrote with that on my planner, I wouldn't even notice it. But so I would maybe just be aware with the brush markers. I don't think it's so bad that I wouldn't ever use it, but I would just be aware that like it is going to go through the back. And then I would never use a Sharpie. But besides that, all of these pens do great on this paper. And it doesn't smear. That's another thing I love about our paper. The pens don't smear. And it can hold really good ink. And it's not just gonna, I mean, I think everyone expects a Sharpie to bleed through, right? But none of the other pens are showing through, which is like really good. We have really great quality paper. It's one of the things I'm really proud of. It's one of the reasons our planner is a little bit more expensive, because it has such good quality paper and it has those metal discs. But if you are a paper snob like me, then you would understand and you will appreciate the thick paper. It's one of my favorite things about our planner. So that is just a quick little pen test, checking out how the different pens shadow or bleed on the paper. Hopefully this helps you just kind of get an idea of what pens to use and what pens to not use. And yeah, feel free to do your own pen test in the planner when you get it too. It's always fun to try out different pens and stuff in your planner. If you like this video, I hope you hit the like button. If you want to see yet more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. And happy planning!